Thanks for joining me, chaps. A bit of post-match reaction from today's 2-0 opening day victory over AFC Dunstable. We'll start with yourself, Skip. Obviously 2-0, second clean sheet, running. You must be absolutely delighted with what we've done today.
Yeah, I think with Dave and James, we've said at the end how proud we are of them because they fought. We can play better, but ultimately the defenders they're defending. We've lost our naivety from last year, and we're now starting to clear the ball when we have to, play when we can. We're dropping deep at the right times. We just seem to be doing everything right, and we can't rest on our laurels because you could go out in this game against some of the opposition and concede a lot very quickly. So, very, very happy. I think the biggest thing for this club and these players is 12 months ago we lost to Dunstable 2-0 in the First League fixture, and while we played okay on the day, we did look like we needed strengthening, and we did look like we needed to work on certain set plays, both defensively and going forward. And 12 months later, we put in a performance like that where, again, I think we can play better. Dunstable will probably say the same about themselves because I thought they played well, but the defence was immense, especially the last 20 minutes of the first half. Key to go in half-time 1-0, gives us something to build on. So, yeah, I've got nothing but praise. And obviously the two in front as well need to be praised for what they've done during the first half. Very good.
Dave, Alan Fleming scored one, made the other. You must be really pleased with his impact since coming into the club.
Yeah, real pleased. We got a little bit of help from Dean Barker, who we know quite well, and he alerted us to Alan maybe looking for a club. And to be fair, from the very moment he played against Stevenage, he just hit the ground running. He's only 21 years of age, so he's having to learn. You know, he's getting beat up a little bit in a few games, getting knocked around, but he gets knocked down. He gets back up and he goes again. We're real pleased. I mean, we've scored the 2 goals since the start of the season. He's got both. He looks the sort of lad that if we can get him into the right areas more, he'll score more goals. Because today we created a lot of chances, but if I'm honest, he's probably had one, and that's a half chance. He squeezed that in from a tight angle and he stuck it away. And I think it's getting, if we can get him to be an absolute 9 for us, I think the boy will use this as a platform to far bigger things. But from our point of view, we're real pleased. The start, I mean, he's only going to be as good as the boys around him and the lads around him. The first 20 minutes a day, we've moved the ball and moved Dunstable around. So, but he's been involved in a lot of that good play, and like I just said, he's getting a few lumps and bumps and what have you. But his attitude is great. He comes a few miles to play for us. And doesn't miss a training session, 150% in everything he does. So we're real pleased. Big signing for us.
Don Mason obviously got the second goal. I think we all felt in the early part of pre-season that we might be a bit light in attacking areas, but obviously with Dom coming off the bench and George Bailey coming off the bench, we've got a real great depth to the squad now. Wouldn't you agree, Skip?
Yeah, when you look around now, it's good for the club, it's good for the squad. There's nobody, we're carrying nobody. Not that we did last year, but the level of quality has risen. And mentioning Dom, scored his first goal for us today. I've known Dom, me and Dave have known Dom for about 4 or 5 years. He was at Cambridge United as a scholar. He had some bad injuries. He's had a number of operations, and he played a level that he felt comfortable at. And now we got a phone call mid-pre-season. He wants to push himself, see if he can play. Unfortunately, in pre-season, picked up another minor knock. He shook that off, and the impact he's doing, the impact around the club, the character, the jokes, the desire. And when he comes off like that, we've actually brought him here as a fullback initially, but in the pre-season games that he was fit, you could tell he can play football. He can pick a pass. He sees the bigger picture. He's got something about him, and hence he's come on today. He came on last week against Histon, and I thought was very good with everything that we asked him to do. And today, I mean, the goal's just brilliant. It's just the icing on the cake for him. But he's somebody now that, if he bides his time, he'll get plenty of football for us. I just fingers crossed and touch wood that the injuries are behind him.
It would be remiss not to mention Huntley today making his 150th appearance. What's your? I mean, obviously he's been a great servant to the club, making 150 appearances, and obviously a good. He should maybe have scored today to mark that appearance. But yeah, what was your thoughts and what's your feelings on Huntley?
On the goal scoring front, if you turn up and watch a training session, he scores. If he has 10 opportunities, he probably scores 9 every single time. Just and literally for fun. And you get him on a pitch, and it's quite. We've won the games. It's quite pleasing that he almost went to pieces a little bit on it. So it gives us something to fight back in the chain, because you say 150 games. What he brings to us is, forget how good he is. If there's a better right back in this league, then he's going to, whoever that player is, he'd be a little bit special. We think we've got, in that position, the best player in that position in this league. But forgetting what he does on the pitch, what he brings to us to the club is far outweighs anything he does, because his character and within the group, within the players, in the change room, some of the antics in the change room. And it's because of the way we build our club, it's someone like him is monstrous to us. Himself, Tom Coles, Tom Koopman, people like that, and you get them characters in our club, and he's probably top of the pile in that respect for us. We lost him for a few games in our second season, or third season, when he left to go to Welling. Don't think and he's admitted he probably didn't want to leave at the time. He went, came back, and he's not looked back. First name on the team sheet. He's a great character. I hope he makes 300 or 400 appearances for us, if I'm honest with you.
Just finally, turn our attentions now back to the FA Cup. Ely City away on Tuesday. How much are you looking forward to it? But how important is it that we don't get complacent after 2 very good performances?
Yeah, again, Ely City they're playing a furlough none, so we don't know much about them at all. But they've won 2 games in the competition, so they're going to know a little bit about how to win matches and games. The Histon game was a tough game for us, because they're a good step 4 side. So I'll be frustrated if we turn up and we think anything other than we've got to be at our game 100% and go for it. We've been in the position where we've gone to places on underdogs and won. We've also been in the position where you're expecting to roll teams over. It never happens like that. The FA Cup is the FA Cup. So am I looking forward to it? Yeah, because the FA Cup is the FA Cup. It's a bit disappointing that it's on a Tuesday night, because ultimately grassroots football, it's a big competition along with the FA Trophy and the FA Vase. So looking forward to it, coming thick and fast, and just hopefully we have the rubber to green and it's our day, our night.
Thanks for joining me, chaps.